Cooking with Brenda. It's good to be here tonight. What I'm going to do is make some homemade applesauce from scratch. Now, I'm not going to put everything in it that you put in it, but I'll tell you when we get to that point. I've already got my apples peeled because I want to get ahead, and so we can do the video. I got some of them in this pot already, but I'm going to show you from the very beginning what to do. If you've got one of these, this is very, very handy. It's real good, it's handy, and I love it. Just put it right there in the middle of the core. It's in the middle of the core. Push down. Now be careful because this end is very sharp. I saved one apple so I could show how I done it. Okay, where'd the core go? Where'd the core go? Oh, here's the core. Here's the core. It's got the seed pod and everything in it, most of it anyway. Sometimes if you don't get it completely even, you'll have a little bit left. So then all you do is just peel your little pieces. Try not to get cut. I got these in a little bit of water so they won't turn brown too fast. It's real good when you use that because you don't lose as much of your apple to the core. And what I've done just now there, what I done was so it won't be so thick, I just cut it, split it. And of course, try not to peel away all of your apple. Try to get it as thin as you can. That's thin. That's really thin. I got left a little core in that, and then I just split it, 2 pieces. Cause it'll cook a little faster if it ain't too thick. Basically, all I'm gonna do really is just steam these until they're real soft. Now my mama, she peels her apples and she freezes them. And when she wants applesauce, hers is not applesauce, hers is apples. Mine's gonna be applesauce. Okay, that's that. That's done on that part. Okay, then you want to wash your apples real good, which I've already done washed most all of these, and you want to look and make sure you didn't leave no bad spots. If there's a bad spot, when you put it in the water, it'll start showing up. And just move your apples around in here a little bit and make sure they're good and clean. I've done washed these, but I just wanted to go through and let you see what I'm doing so I can get them to cooking. Okay, I went ahead, had them clean like I said, and just run a little more in case something got on it. I'm using cold water, by the way. You need to use cold water. The hot water will turn them quicker. And I like a pretty yellow color, a light brown to a yellow color. I don't want them to be dark brown and look rotten. I like my applesauce fresh looking. And let me tell you, this will be so fresh tasting, even when you bring it out of the freezer, because I'm going to freeze this. And this is just going to be a couple quarts maybe in a freezer bag. I put them in freezer bags. I do quarts at a time. This looks like it's a lot, but really it isn't. This is like between 15 and 20 apples. And I'm going to tell you, I use all kinds. I don't care what they are. If I go to Kroger and they got some on, reduced some, I'll buy them. Granny Smith, Gala. There was 4 different kinds in here. And I've heard people say you can't use them, but I use any kind of apple out there. I always have. Some of them, like the red and yellow delicious, they'll have a little more water in them when you can them, but that's okay. They still can. They're good. You don't have to use as much sugar. The Granny Smith, you have to use more sugar. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, you're not going to believe this, but to all of that right there, I'm just going to put maybe a cup and a half of water. That's all. Cup and a half of water. We'll turn the stove on and let it get to boiling. Put my lid on. That's all I'm going to do for a few minutes. So, I'm going to get these to boiling and to where they'll be steaming, and I'm going to keep a watch on them so I can turn them down. But this will cook down a lot. And then I will have to, you have to strain them again because they're going to have water in them a little bit. This little bit of water is going to boil and evaporate some, but you're going to have a little bit of water from the apples too. It doesn't matter what kind, you're going to have some water. So I'm going to drain them down some when they're done cooking. It won't take them long. So I'm going to let them, when they get started boiling, I'm going to turn them down and let them steam. I'm going to give them a couple stirs with this spoon or this spoon. I like both of these spoons. And we'll just get them ready. And so we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, the apples are boiling. I can hear it. So you can see the steam. At this time, I'm going to turn them down because I just wanted to get them to boil. These pots will burn them up real quick. And I'm going to get down in here and try to get them mixed in. Put some of the bottom ones on the top and the top on the bottom. You know, we had applesauce like this when I was growing up. And this is one of my fondest memories of growing up and breakfast time. When we had breakfast, we had biscuits and gravy and home-canned tomatoes, home-canned applesauce. I loved it. That's one of my favorite breakfasts too. I didn't really care about meat, sausage or anything, but we always had it because we had pigs and cows and everything. We had what you needed. We done a lot of gardening, way too much for me. I got so tired of it. You get tired of stuff like that when you're growing up. My childhood was not easy at all. But I'm so glad I remembered this. Also, I'm going to make some homemade fudge from Hershey's Cocoa. And I don't put nuts in mine, but you can. You put peanut butter or Hershey's Cocoa. So just give y'all some ideas of some things I'm going to do in the future. But these apples are already starting to soften up, so I'm just going to let them simmer there for a little bit. There's not a lot of water in the bottom. I'm going to let them simmer there a little bit. Well, I've got it down to a little bit past medium. So I'm going to let them simmer there for 2 or 3 minutes. Won't take long. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, we're going to check these now and see if they should be about ready. I've let them simmer about 15 minutes in that pot. Not simmer, but a little bit of low heat. Down below, between simmer and medium. Let's see what we got. Ooh, they're pretty. They sure do look real pretty. You see how many we started with and what we got now? They cook down real good. We'll see if they... I want to see if they're ready to kind of be mashable. You want them at a consistency to be like if you're going to make homemade mashed potatoes. So they can mash up. And sometimes, since these are store-bought, You might have to let them cook a couple seconds longer or a few minutes longer, you know, but honestly, I think I'm going to give them a couple more minutes. I think they need a couple more minutes. I don't think they're really ready to mash up yet. Because they would be doing it, you know, and I'm just seeing the juice in here where the water's cooked out of them. The pulp is not coming yet, you know, so I'm going to give them a couple more minutes with the lid on and see if it won't do a little bit better. It's almost there, so we'll be right back one more time. Look at that pretty color. Yeah, they're ready. They're ready, so we'll cut this stove off. So altogether, I'll probably let them cook about 15 minutes. You get it started boiling real good, and then turn them down. Just leave a lid and let them simmer. My next step is I'm going to strain them. So be real careful because this steam is hot. I'm going to do something here. I'm going to push that over that way a little bit. I'm going to pull them down in here. Try to keep your face away from it as much as you can. Okay, we're done with that. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That sure is hot. Okay, I'm just going to stir this around just a couple of times, that's all. Because I don't want to lose all of my pulp out this strainer. I just want to get that water out, that's all. You see, they're mashable now, and when I make a homemade applesauce, it's good with some good old hot gravy and biscuits. You take this out of the freezer and let it defrost. This is so good. It brings back so many memories. And I'll probably have some one night this week, by the way. But it brings so many childhood memories. And when we was growing up, we had this a lot of times. And I like this. And you know, we had home canned tomatoes all the time. I'm not crazy about them now. But I think it's just because we ate so much of that and beans and potatoes. And I eat it all, you know, now, but not as often. But this, I could eat. I had this more because it's my favorite. Okay, I think I got about all the water that I want to get out of there, I think I do. You see it dripping down in the sink, still a little bit dripping. Just give it a little shake or two there. By the way, I am so sorry. The washer was going, and I'm sorry if you hear it in the background. We try to turn everything off. Sometimes you see my Bluetooth in my ear. It's not there today because I've lost it. But I don't like to do that. I kind of think that's bad. And our telephones are ringing, the TV on, and stuff like that. We like our videos to sound clean. Okay? Now, I put them in this right here. And I'm going to take this right here. It's a potato masher, whatever you want to mash with it, I guess. And I'm just going to mash these up a little bit. A whole lot. I'm going to mash them until they're just applesauce. No chunks. See, that's going real easy. I don't have a lot of strength in my hands and stuff, so it's got to be easy. And they're a little bit tart. I tasted one, they're a little tart, so I'm going to have to add some sugar, which is okay. That's what you done back in the old days, add some sugar. And if you've never had this, oh please, out of everything I've made, try it with some, even if you have to go get Hardee's biscuits and gravy, make you some fresh applesauce. So good. We can have this tonight, but I've already got dinner ready, so. I change hands a minute. I'm going to say this, you could probably use an electric mixer. That would be your choice. But if you didn't have one, you'd have to find another way, which I got it, but this is about as easy as pulling it out. Now, if I need it for a cake or something, I'd use it. Some things you have to blend for so long, and I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. With this, I couldn't do that. I would have to pull out that blender. Okay, let me see something here. Now you see, it's practically applesauce. No chunks. Stir it all around. It's applesauce. And now, it might get a little bit watery, and I'm going to add some sugar. This is a half a cup. I'm going to put a whole cup. I put 2 of those, so that made a whole cup. And then I'll check it as soon as I get this stirred in there. Whoops, I swapped some on me. Sometimes after I get it done, my hands get tired real easy. I have to go down to something a little bit smaller. Well, folks, we have homemade applesauce. It's smooth. I don't know if you think it looks chunky or not, but it's not. And what I'm going to do is taste it and see if I got enough sugar. And my taster can taste it. Probably pretty hot. Well, we're getting a thumbs up, but I still want to taste it too. I gotta have my taste. Look at the steam coming off of them. Oh yeah, that is great. It's perfect. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a little bit too hot to put in the freezer bag. But I would use a quart size, which I thought I had them out. And I'm going to say, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say that that's 2 of these. You put it down in there, probably about half full. Lay it down. I would like to show you. Let me see if I can show you without melting the bag. I'd really like to show you. Look, try to keep where you're going to seal it up, try to keep that as clean as you can, or you're going to have to wipe it off because it's got a seal. Now I can use some more. Okay, I put 3 of those in there, and you see how that is? I'm going to lay it down. It's pretty hot. I hope it don't melt. And I'm going to grab a paper towel. Get on the inside of this right here. And make sure that it's good and clean because you don't want it to not seal.
Whoops.
Uh-oh, lights went out. My husband unplugged our lights. Give us just a second and we'll be right back.
Have to climb the phone pole and plug it back up.
We'll be like Green Acres. He said he's going to climb the phone pole. Plug it back up. Okay, I got it good and clean. I got to turn it back around here because I'm going to work with this and make sure there's no air bubbles. Can't get it perfect. That's one thing you need to know. You're not going to get it perfect. See, I got it laying out flat like that. That'll lay like that in the freezer. And I'm going to seal it up. It's not sealed. It's got some apples on it. Some applesauce. Then, since I opened that back up, I gotta. What you need, see what I'm doing is I'm bringing it all the way up to the edge of this seal and trying to take all the air bubbles to a corner. See, I'm trying to get all the air bubbles to one corner. You can see it's all sealed up, and look, there's no air in it. We'll double check to make sure. And that one's all done. It'll lay down in the freezer and freeze just like that. That's pretty, isn't it? I'm proud of my homemade applesauce, everybody. Well, I hope that you'll try this, and I want to thank everybody for coming back and watching us tonight. Hopefully I can have Sadie this weekend, so that's something to look forward to for us and y'all. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.